1976, the year I was born. An amazing, brilliant year. And what a song! We've done this as a sing along, and fall and give you it all. I am a woman in love, and I'll do anything to get you into my world and hold you within. It's a right I defend over and over again. What do I do? Amazing, brilliant song. Strong Women, 1976. Okay, so I'll stop that. We're over here just for a quick minute or two. We'll have a little team meeting, won't we? A little bit dark, but if we need to, we'll shuffle ourselves over there. So nothing kind of on the screen to see. So, about when you were born and to take everything to your advantage, and what you do today affects your future, and your past makes you what you are today, what you're going to be. And, so then I'll go to 1976, the year I was born. So after the Summer of Love, after women's liberation, we had a queen ruling and reigning the country. A couple of years later, we had a woman as the Prime Minister running the country, I am not sexist, I'm not racist, I'm not fascist, I don't particularly like anybody, where you come from. And then I think, we are from heaven, and, everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. And that state of amnesia from kind of one place to another, because it would be too overwhelming, it would be too much, it would be mind-blowing, it would be too much of a concept for anyone to kind of remember all these things. So then we come to Earth, don't we? And in that state of amnesia, and then from there, that's when the programming starts, the matrix starts. She's not very good at spelling. Well, it doesn't really matter, because we've all got word check these days, haven't we? She's got a head full of magic, whatever it is, that chipping away from day one. So then now we've got to go back again, haven't we, and unchip all these things, unchip away all these things. And then you build up your character, you build up your personality. Now, money, cash don't even exist. It just don't even exist. And, attention these days, that is a currency. I've just shared a couple of community posts, what have you. So what I've come on for today, I couldn't believe that popped up. 1976, Strong Women. It's what I was, born into. And Alien, brainwashing, Charlie's Angels, these warriors, and, if you're independent, a battle axe, if you're a battle axe like me, you do look a little bit weather worn and a little bit battle scarred, and that's your mentality and the way that you're thinking, you're thinking movement. So it was like on the women's movement, and equality, I didn't even know that we were fighting for equality in this man's world, because of the era, the generation, we were born into. So today I've just really come on really for one specific particular message, one specific message, that a point that, it's very important, and I do want to get it across. And it doesn't even kind of matter where it came from, but it was ages ago, and it was nothing like that. But I'm going to take it because it's vital and it's important and it's crucial to your victory and success, right? So, like working for yourself. And for whatever your goals, whatever your dreams are, you're working for yourself and your own self-defined success, your own self-defined victory and achievements, your own self-defined satisfaction and, happiness. So it was ages ago, and and this isn't even the point now. So, well, work for yourself, work for yourself. Yeah, but I'm not working all week for nothing. I'm not working all week for nothing, right? Okay, so that was like the content of the conversation, right? And it was nothing weird, it was nothing funny, it was nothing deeper than that. There was no hidden message. There was nothing kind of deeper than that. So then you think, us lot, and we're all at Wendy's, aren't we? We're all Wendy's girls. Do you want any sauce with that? $2.45, please. $2.45. Do you want anything else? Thank you very much. Next. Okay, so when we're at Wendy's, when we first started there, and we didn't even get paid that first week, you're a week in lieu, aren't you? So the second week, the second Friday, and we get our pay packets, don't we? And it's from the first week, isn't it? We're getting paid the second week for the first week, aren't we? Okay, and then the third week is what we're getting paid for the second week when we first got paid, and so on and so forth. So now when you're working for yourself, yeah, but I'm not working for 40 hours and working for nothing, right? Right, okay. So you've just though done that at Wendy's. You just worked for free for that first week, and then in your first terms of contract, your first weeks of employment, you've actually worked for 2 weeks for free. You've worked for 80 hours for free. You worked for a fortnight for free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 days you've just worked for free for somebody else to be there puppet. Do you want any sauce on that? Their script, their uniform, their dress code, their actions, their method, their way of doing it. Pour the coffee first because it takes longer. Get it through the till next because the transaction takes the second longest, and then through whatever in the bag, and set them off, on the way, wish them a lovely day because, you genuinely care. And that's why you're there in the first place, to serve and to help. Okay, so then you're working for yourself. So this is then when you have to muster up your masterful side, don't you? Your self-management side, your strengths in yourself, self-management, self-time management, self-action taking, self-discipline, self-drive, self-motivation. For your 40 weeks, and in 40 hours, now in 40 hours, so much is achievable. Think how much you can do in 2 minutes, or next time you just do a quick job, and then do keep your eye on the time. God, it only took me 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There's 12, you've got 12, lots of them 5 minutes in 1 hour. So then 12 times by 40 is like 480, is it? I don't know, 408, 400 and whatever. Yeah. So you can achieve what you've just accomplished in 5 minutes. God, I can't believe I only took 5 minutes and I've just accomplished all that. Well, then that's your lesson, that's your motivation, that is you, and that's the secret to your success and victory. So then for them next 40 hours, yeah, but I'm not getting paid for it. Well, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the week and the end of your first week, not even the end of your second week, the end of your first week, which is better than employment, you will get paid. So for them first 40 hours of 1 week, well, we've designed some killer heels, haven't we? We've designed 1 pair of killer heels, right? They're handcrafted, hand-designed, hand-produced, hand-created, hand artistic, what have you. They've been hand designed, okay? So then we're selling them at a £200 profit. They're going to cost £600 for the materials, the labour, the production, the handling, the accounts, the admin, the legal fees, the distribution, your wage within that, the profit, your wage, the utility, everything's come out of that, and it was £600. And for that 1 pair of killer heels, you is it? Unique selling point, sorry, USP. Your unique selling point is there's only one pair in existence. They're yours exclusively. They've been handcrafted purposely for you. They're designed, they're measured, they're measured to fit, they will only fit your feet. There's only one pair, you've got them, you're the only person in the whole wide world with these shoes, and they're £600, okay, and I'll get that profit of £200, $200 the minute that invoice and the transaction's gone through. So within that 1 week, excuse me, of your 40 hours, you've sat down, concentrated, focused, a bit of courage. So we strip away from the naysayers. Well, yeah, but there's millions of shoes out there. Yeah, but there's not my one pair of shoes out there. Yeah, but you can't even use a computer. Yeah, but I only need to ever use one specific spreadsheet. So I'm sure over and over and over again, repetitively, I will be an expert at my spreadsheet and my policies. Okay, so you have sat down, you've drawn shoe after shoe after shoe. You know, that's not right, we've changed it. That's not right, we've upgraded it. That's not right, we've higher made it attractive, appealing, desirable. You know, it's better from our mistakes, from our failures. We'll stop that there, and then we'll go on to create and produce something better, what we can visualize, what we can draw, what we can imagine. We've seen it on paper, we'll make it better on paper. It's easy enough then to get your leather together, your sole together, all the components of one particular shoe, and then your sales and marketing. Well, I've got 8 billion people to advertise it. I'll tell my friends, I'll tell the local community, I'll tell the local town centre, I'll tell the industry of my product, I'll tell everyone in the whole wide world, I'll shout all about it, and it is all about attention. How can people buy your product or buy into your service if they don't know anything about it? So it's not about the money. It's not about the product. It's about the attention. Can you get the attention? Can you get your message? Can you get yourself out there? So within that 40 weeks, yeah, but I'm not getting paid. I'm not volunteer work. I'm not doing it for nothing. Well, then you sit down, you focus, you concentrate. You have faith that someone ultimately and inevitably is going to want to buy your perfect, wonderful, glamorous, high-end designer, purposely designed, created, crafted, unique pair of shoes for themselves. Even if someone's only buying it into the idea that they're the only person with this and no one's ever going to have them. And then at that point, they could then sell them for £1 million because it's the only pair that are out there. So by the end of your 40 weeks, and you've only sold one pair of shoes, and you've got the same £200 as what you would have got working for free as a volunteer worker Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at Wendy's. When you got paid on that Friday, it's exactly the same, but you're doing it for yourself, lying in bed, drawing killer heels all day. So then from after that, you've only got to do it once. You've only got to design and create these things once. God is the creator, and it took him 7 days to create the universe. And on the 8th day, God created Manchester. So you've only got to create these things once. And after we've sold this one unique selling point, this one diamond studded with an engine in them so you can run faster, you know, they're solar powered, they're all that, bows, whistles, you know, flowers all over them. Well, after that 3D pair has just come out, and you've designed them, you've done it once, it took 40 hours. Well, the next week, you're then adjusting the design to cater for the mainstream. So it's not 3D bells, flowers, whistles and ribbons on it. It's a pattern in the fabric that what's the word, like joins it all together, attaches it kind of all together. The heels, tips on the heels, they're now not made out of 9 karat gold. They're made out of whatever they're made out of to make them click and sound nice, and you're trotting along sounding, feminine and sexy. It's an ism. That song, the sex is in their heels. I'm gonna repost that song. I love that song. I absolutely love that song. So then next thing, you've designed more available to mainstream, and the 50 quid, aren't they? The 50 quid now. It's just a plain pattern. It's a common design. You've designed it and crafted it yourself, but they're easy to mass produce. They only cost 20 quid to mass produce, and now you're getting £30 per profit per unit of your product. So then the next week, after you spent your 40 hours, kind of down designing it and that kind of stuff. Well, then the following week, to get that same £200 for your volunteer work at Wendy's, and I'm not a volunteer worker and don't work for nothing. Well, that third week, you've only got to then sell 7 pairs of your normal mainstream killer heels to make £210, which is the same, and that's working for yourself. So you're never working as a volunteer worker. Okay? So that's the moral of that story. So be good-hearted, and, as in the opposed to don't be downhearted or disencouraged. Be encouraged, be motivated, be encouraged. So then on that note about services, invisible services, well, the person's not walking out with a carrier bag full of stuff, so they don't feel, they can't see that value in the hand. They've not got a pair of shoes in the hand. They've not got a carrier bag of stuff in the hand. Your services, a consultation, is invisible, non-tangible. So if it was a consultation and you ran an open office somewhere and people were coming through your door, 300 people were coming through your door for this consultation, this guidance, this advice, this life coaching, excuse me, this prophecy, this guidance, this enlightenment, this direction, this signposting, and you've got all of this. You've come away with gifts and, beyond, estimation. It's impactful. It's the invisible stuff. Well, if you were running an office, whatever office, and we're having that consultation, every single person would have had that invoice, would have had that bill, and it would have come at a cost. Well, it's £50 an hour with that person. It's £100 per hour with that person. So just because it's an invisible, not a tangible product, and it's a service that you're offering, it is still of value. And just because someone doesn't walk out with a carry bag full of stuff that they can kind of look through, it doesn't mean that they've not come away with bags and bags and bags and bags of life-changing service and information and guidance. So don't underestimate, don't undersell your product or your service. And on that note, when we're doing it for cheap, we're doing it for cheap. Oh, I'll just say 20 quid then, won't I? I'll just say a tenner. Well, for one, everyone's got money. It's just that they've been paying off a holiday, haven't they? They've been paying off the credit card, they've already spent it. They're paying off the finance for a flash car that they've got. They're paying off the mortgage for a big house that they've just got. So they have got money. It's how you prioritise it. I forgot what I was going to say again. Don't downplay it. So if you're going, well, just give us a tenner, well, then they start thinking, well, I don't even want that because it's cheap and nasty. I don't want something that's cheap and nasty. It's going to fall apart. It's going to last 5 minutes. It's like negative equity. I would rather, pay for something £100, it's 10 times more, but it'll last 20 times longer than your cheap and nasty one for a tenner. It's going to fall apart, whether it was or whether it wasn't. By you attaching that value of a tenner to it has already placed and attached that stigma to it, that it doesn't hold that value. And it's the same as yourself when it's a service. It isn't worth zero. It isn't worth nothing. It's priceless and it's invaluable. And that's the important part. That's the moral of the story. So I do wish you well. Do believe in yourself, and when you get yourself out of that matrix, the haters, the evil eyes, you return it all to sender. You don't let any entities, the devil's entities, misery loves company, and you don't let them piggyback on your back. The naysayers, the haters, the disencouragers, the thumbs downers, the people that have done it and failed. And then they're telling you their story, and obviously you're going to follow that path. You're going to probably fail too. So the naysayers, the haters, the ill wishers, as opposed to the well wishers, the fair weather friends, things like that. So inadequacy, guilt, the shame, the stigma of yourself. Yeah, but I'm an idiot, aren't I? I'm an idiot. I've got this problem, that problem, the other problem. Well, that's your push throughs. You push through the stigmas, you push through that negative programming, you be successful in victory, and you break through, and that will be the secret to your success. Confidence, focus, patience, determination, motivation, ambition, and failure. What is it? Fear of failure. So you don't even start, you don't even set off, you don't even take that first step. Well, can I get a piece of pen? Can I get a piece of paper and a pen? Your first step. Fear of failure. Fear is just another 4-letter F word. Now, the same can be said as fear of success. Fear of success, and it's a very actual thing. A fear of success. Next thing, your friends are poor and not in the same league, and you're feeling guilty about that. You feel responsible about that. You feel that inferior and superior, and it's embarrassing. You feel a bit guilty, a bit shameful, a bit ashamed that you're driving around in a Lamborghini and they're still on a push bike, still on foot. And you take on them negative feelings and negative notions, and they're not even yours. So you keep striving forward, and you shake off the fear, you shake off the shame, you shake off the guilt, and rather you lead that way, you lead that path. You are the path maker to it all. You show them how it's done, either by the sat down consultation, and that's £50 an hour, please, or by the example that you're setting, and what you're going to leave behind, because you're making history. And then on the last point to that, and we're all on YouTube now, and things pop up, they just pop up all the time, and it does kind of follow a bit of a footprint, a bit of a footsteps, a bit of a path. But things pop up. Let's look at prints from 1980. What I just started this live from, let's look back at 1976. Now, well, at the time they were taking them photos and posing for them photos, and Prince had a pair of shades on, a pair of glasses on his eyes that were covering both his eyes, and then a third lens on his third eye. Okay, so we had a pair of glasses that he was wearing with 3 lenses, his left eye, his right eye, and his third eye. And it was from 1980s. And his quote, and it was relevant and fitting and quite prophetic and prophesying and predicting to the current time, to the present time. And he was dead right. He was damn right. So then at that time when he was taking that photo, and there was just him, the photographer, his three mates, all he had to do was look in the lens of a camera. That's all he was doing. Look sexy, pull your shirt, your coat off your shoulder, look hot and sexy, just look in the camera because it's just you and it's just that camera lens. That's all it is. You've got your two girls next to you, one person's holding the camera, aren't they? And you're just in a room, peaceful, quiet, minding your own business. And it's that easy. And it was that easy at that time to make that image, that photo, which is now still seen to this current day. So then now when we're looking at it and you're looking back at it, and they didn't realise it at the time because it was current and present to them, they were actually making history. Now they have gone down in history with that image, with that idea, with that concept, with that creation, okay? And it's in us all. It's in us all. God is a God of creation. God is a God of faith. God is a God of confidence. The devil is the spirit of bondage and keeps you held there, keeps you tied down there, keeps you held back there. God is a God of freedom, a God of love, a God of truth, a God of service, a God of help, a God of loving each other. How can we help each other? Look for the best in each other. God, we're all sinners. We've all got wicked hearts, but we've all got a good side. We've all got a good heart. There's something really good in us all. So I'm going to end it on that. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you take heed to these messages. When I click off now, it's going to be 27 minutes, and 7 is the number of God. You don't cease from praying. You don't cease from meditation. You calm your mind. You listen to the universe, and you take them direct messages. 2707. And when you accept, surrender, be subservient, be submissive, and acceptance and have faith of that one message from the universe. Oh, that number 1212 1212. Next thing, I'm a lyrical queen, genius, aren't I? And I've took that note 1212. Thank you very much. 95 motherfucker 95 95 motherfucker 95 1212. Okay, and then because I've accepted that. Next thing, I see another sign. I walk past a billboard and there's a record label. And I think, well, I'll tell you what, how do I create my own record label? Then next thing, I've created a new kind of disc, a new memory card, a new product, a new SD card, whatever it is. And the next thing I think, well, I'll tell you what, I want to go on Dragon's Den, don't I? I want to go on Dragon's Den and present my idea, my creation. So then I click on to the Dragon's Den website, and I need 15 things, don't I? How am I going to advertise and market this product? Who am I advertising and marketing this concept, creation, design, whatever? What else? What's it going to be made out of? How's it? What's the selling point? Well, it's good for the environment. It's good for people's mental health. It's good for bonding, unity, saving electric, saving people's ongoing bills. It's a one-off purchase. You've only got to buy it once, and then there's no extra costs after that. So then next thing, you have gone on Dragon's Den, you've got their 15 steps to their success and what they're asking for a successful business, a successful company. And the next thing, you're filling out the gaps yourself, aren't you? Well, it's for society. It's to help. It's to bring entertainment. It's to bring us all together. It's to bring unity. It's to give encouragement and confidence and focus, and to label what skills are you missing, and what do you need? Well, I struggle sitting down and concentrating. Well, I struggle standing up and taking action. Well, when you recognize that, you can address it. Well, that's a push through moment. I'm going to stand up this second and I'm going to do it this second. And guess what I can achieve in 2 minutes? Well, when I've done that job and look back at the clock, God, it only took me 3 minutes. Well, if that's 3 minutes of my day, if that's 2.4 minutes of my day times by 1,000, that's one day. I have achieved 1,000 worth of accomplishments that day. Failure is not an option. Are you listening? Victory and success over everything. Have a fantastic morning, mid-morning, noon, mid-afternoon, dinner time, evening, midnight feast snacks, 2 o'clockses, 3 o'clockses. We'll be up at 3 o'clocks battling it all out. Return to sender, and we're getting that monkey off our back. Have a great time. Enjoy your life.